My name is Alex Jimenez. I am the founder and CEO of IX Media. We made our clients $350,000 through email and SMS marketing revenue, projected to make over $100K just in the month of November for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So in this video, I thought it'd been pretty fun. I don't really do many of these. I'm just gonna make an email from scratch. So I give a lot of breakdowns and whatnot, but I never fully go through an entire, process of creating an email. And that's what I'm gonna do today. So just as a high level, I already have the calendar, so I'm not gonna go through that. But from the calendar, I'm just gonna create the copy, pick the email inspiration, and walk you through every single thing. I'm not gonna be speaking to you much. I'm just gonna be doing my thing, and then hopefully you guys learn. So it's gonna be fun. This is the way we do it. I gotta jump back in, just to go ahead and do it. But yeah, let's do it. All right. So first off, for context, we have a lot of emails for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Usually it's a little, but we're doing a lot for this month. Okay, so first things first, as I like to mention, I like to go to the calendar, which is right here, and this is the calendar we're going to be using. It's for one of the brands, and I just like to take inspiration, right? So we already did this for a few examples, as you could tell. This email is the email we're going to take inspiration from for the email that we're going to make. Same thing with this one. I wish I had another example, like a before and after, but this originally was another email. I don't know if it's here yet. So we took inspiration from this email, and from that came this and this. So that's what we're going to do. I already did that, so we're going to make this Black Friday, Cyber Monday email early access specifically. So this is the email I wanted to take inspiration from. I think it's a great email. Love it. So we're going to use it. And this is for the 13th. So we got to find the 13th. And it's the first email we're going to make for early access. I got to add a SMS, but I'll do that later. So yeah, now that I have the email, then I just go ahead and create the copy. So the way we do it is I'm going to pause it. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. We'll just do it. So we have a, let me pull it up. There we go. We have a specific prompt that we use for our clients. So this is one of them. In order to create the emails, right? And I have another video, I'll link in the description or somewhere here, where you could access the copy, but as a sneak peek, here's what it looks like at the top, right here. So I'm basically just like, hey, I'm gonna give you a brand, I give it rules and regulations, so I'm like under 100 words, about 80, but no more than 100, give it to me in this format. And then I also, I have another video on this too, but I also put all the information we know about the brand on here, so that way it could refer directly to the products and whatnot. I have another video for that, I'll link it at the end too. But yeah, so it's a long prompt and a lot of information, but it really takes no more than 5 minutes. And then we already used this for a bunch of emails, so we're moving on. So yeah, let me go back to it. This is how we do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this right here, so it's very, very close. We're not gonna make any cuts in this video, unless for privacy reasons, but I don't think we're gonna go through that today. Yeah, so it's gonna be a basic early access email. We're gonna go here, I'm gonna copy it. All right, and then just for speed's sake, I'm just gonna do this instead of downloading it. And here you go, there we go. And then I'm just going to explain my thought process. So I'm going to explain what I want, how I want the email to be created, what I want changed, the theming, the everything. And yeah, so also part of the calendar is setting up this part. So this is just the strategy. So we have the strategy here, and then we have the calendar. I actually haven't made a video on the strategy and the calendar, so if you want me to, just let me know. But here's the strategy. I'm just going to choose it. So for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, we're going to do a tier discount for the early access part of it. We have 4 different tiers people could choose. We're going to split it in half and half, so we're going to do it. So for the first half, I'm going to include these 2 tiers, okay? So I'm going to include these 2 tiers, and matter of fact, I think I already made it in a text-based email, so I'll make it even better. You don't have to do this, but it's going to be easier for me. So these are the 2 things, and I'm just going to give it context, right? So I will go ahead and put that in, and I'll just explain. All right, so I want you to create an early access email. Make it very similar to the example of Dr. Squatch. I want you to keep the same layout, so the way it has save up to 55% off, exactly the same layout. Make sure that you have it at the very top. Make sure that you tell the designer to have that gold standard where it's like one color at the top and then a different color at the bottom, relating to the gray balls of flower theme colors. Outside of that, I also want you to include the offer. So the most that they could save is Now I want to make sure I could, for this copy specifically, I want to make sure that we could say like save up to XYZ. So I'm not going to bore you with the math. I'm going to see how much they can save, and then I'll just get back to the video. All right, cool. So I have the thing again. So mention in the email that it's going to be save up to 65 pounds. Okay, so save up to 65 pounds, and then where it says squash more to save more site wide, I want you to have a phrase like that, but for great balls of flour, something cheeky, very UK British sounding, and then a clear shop now button, and then what I want you to tell the designer is in the background, I want you to make it very Christmas themed. Obviously, we don't have a mascot, but make it fun, make it engaging. Maybe if you want to put like a lifestyle image in the back, or maybe not even a lifestyle image, but maybe a collage of the different products. You make the suggestion, and then don't include no code needed because they do have to enter codes, but just say something along the lines of get free mystery gifts, or put the little gift emoji, then mystery gifts included, something like that. Make sure it's tight enough though so it fits within the circle. Outside of that, when you put free, so where it gives the 3 different types, where it says free shipping, 20% off, and then best 35% off deal, change those two to the 2 offers I just gave you, which are the $300 and the $200 order one, or pound ones. So include it, and then make sure that I want it to look similar. I want it to look like a rectangle for both offers, but I want you to change it so that it fits. The worst thing that could happen is that it just looks really cluttered, so I want you to make the rectangles, we'll tell the designer to make the rectangles a little bit wider, or I guess a little bit, I guess a little bit bigger in size, so that you could input all the different things. And I want you to make it very clear. So where it says free shipping, you could put save X amount, save 65 pounds. And then the other one, save whatever the case is, 35 pounds or whatever, 45 pounds, whatever the 2 offers were. And then where it says on orders $40 plus, then you just put in whatever the information of both offers are separately, obviously for free shipping, where that section is, and the 20% off where that section is. Don't include best 35% off deal, nothing there because we're only promoting 2 offers there. And then in the did you miss this, you could put something along the lines of our biggest deal yet, or our biggest bundles yet, or biggest savings yet, whatever you feel would work best. And then where it says act fast, so forth and so on, I want you to put something along the lines of act fast, this is our biggest deals of the year. No, this act fast, this is one of the biggest deals we've had ever, comma, or until Black Friday, so stock up while supplies last, we may run out, something along those lines to make sure that the you include urgency. A shop now button, and then also tell the designer we want to include a image, a box within the box. So you see where it's like a transition, either have a transition or just have 2 different like sections within the email. Tell the designer, and then where it says did you miss these, you put a rectangle within the rectangle, and then that's where you put in the copy I just told you. Make sure the get them now is very clear, and then also make sure that you put in for all the different offers with the get now more, just put in the get, well here I'll track back. So where it says, where you mentioned the first offer where it's like save $65, make sure you include the discount code as well as the save, what is it, $45 I think it is, whatever it is, 35 pounds, right? So it's going to be 65 and 35 pounds. So where it says 65 pounds and 35 pounds, obviously just put in the use code XYZ, whatever the code is that I gave you, and then also make sure that stands out more than everything else. And then outside of that, make sure that you, in the end, just say shop ultimate, or shop, what did we say? Shop code GB, and then just put in the codes, whatever the codes were according to the bundles. So if it was code XYZ, put it on the left hand side, and then code ABC, put it on the right hand side, but make them buttons, and within the buttons put use code XYZ and ABC. And that's pretty much it. So just do that and make sure that it's less than 100 words as always, and make sure it's cheeky, good looking, and it looks really, really solid. So go ahead. Cool. I wish actually I would make no cuts at all, because I think it's even cool when you guys see me do the back end stuff as well. But yeah, so we're just gonna wait for this to come up. And while that is coming up, I'll show you some examples of other emails we're gonna do. Same situation. If I'm making these, I would just say, hey, use this 4 quadrant. Make sure you put holiday, theming around it. For this one, I would say, for this one, it's cool. You could use AI as well. So if you want to use like up to 50% off, you could say, hey, make an equivalent of this section of this email to ChatGPT, and then just say, make it luxury feeling or fun feeling or comic feeling based on, you know, whatever the brand you're talking about is. And you just include it. So that's cooking. That's weird. That's cooking. Perfect. Early access, safe to 65. This isn't part of the copy, by the way. And again, real cool, just off the get-go, I just want to say, if you want it to look like this, very organized and like structured, use the copy. You know, it's free. You don't even have to opt in. Like, it's literally a Google Doc. So, all right. So, hero headline: save up to 60 pounds off. Stock more, save more. Stock okay. Two rectangles. Yeah. Spend 25. Free mystery. Good. Our biggest bundles yet. Act fastest one. Biggest deal ever until Black Friday. That's gonna be for that section. Cool. I like that. I'm just gonna make a suggestion. No, I don't think I need to make it. I was just changing that in post. Yeah, that's good. Honestly, this is exactly what I wanted. A lot of it also has to do with the designer as well. You have to have a good designer. Thankfully, we do. But yeah, so this is pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to do two things for the copy. We're going to put it in a Google Doc, and we're also going to put it in the email. The reason for that is that the Google Doc is super beneficial to the designers. It's like the one thing they were like asking me for a very long time. Just like, Alex, put it in a doc. It helps a ton. We're like, cool. Finally did it, and the feedback I got is amazing. So it's for the designer. But the other thing you're going to do as well is you're going to put the certain lines of copy wherever the copy is going to be in the example email. So this is what I mean. So I'll do that one first. So, you know, up to 65 pounds off. There you go. I'm going to put this right here. The reason we do this, the reason we do this is because we want the designers to know exactly where we want it within the structure of the email. Because a lot of times the inspiration, it's like we copied very, very well. But also, even without that, it just helps with the design aspect. Because if I say like, hey, in this part of the section, I'm not going to reference it on the doc. I'm not going to be like, what is that? Where the mascot is. I don't even know what that is. A weird looking grandpa, white man, hairy, Bigfoot guy. You know, I'm not going to put that down in the Google Doc. I'm just going to put it down in the example. So then that way it's easier. But anyway, save 65 pounds off. I'm just going to use this. And that's the only thing I wanted to change. So I'll save up to, and it's not going to be off. It's going to be 65 pounds. Stock more dough, save more dough side wide. Okay, I'm going to change that to our ultimate. Our biggest deals, biggest bundles yet. Spend more, save more. Very nice. All right, and then we're gonna do the rest for the rest. So designer notes, here you go. This is what I was talking about. I'm just gonna put this like right on the side so they know exactly what I'm talking about. Cool. Offer blocks, design note. Yeah. Okay, perfect. This is good. So this is where this is going to be, and I'm going to put it like right there. And then we're going to put that. I'm going to get rid of the hearts. That's just my preference. Spend 20 pounds, get 12% harder shipping. And by the way, if you guys want to know the strategy behind this, like why we chose each specific offer and everything, again, I don't suggest you do this. This is like what we do. But if you want to check it out, I think I just made a video on it. It'll come out like 2 days before you see this, of the entire Black Friday Cyber Monday strategy. So you can check that out. Cool. Our biggest bundles yet. Act fast. That's perfect. Then we're going to put that in the bottom. Biggest bundles yet. Designer note. Recreate the did you miss these box with the layout. Keep a gold trim rectangle. So get them out. Yep. That's good. Right. Yep. And then this I'll just put like on the side so they know. Cool. And then yeah, here as well. Alternate. And then I'm also, just because it came off the top of my head, save 65 pounds. Cool. So save 65 pounds. There we go. And then save boom. And then I'll keep this. So I'll just make it two different things. Did I make that already? Designer notes, get them now button. And then our biggest one. Yeah, so it's two different ones. Cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this end. That's all you gotta do. We can add a footer. I think I am gonna add a footer. I'm not gonna do a whole thing of that because it's very basic. I mean, we have a very duplicatable footer, just this. So that's pretty much it. Once we're done with that, then I'm just gonna redo it on ChatGPT, or rather, I'm gonna make sure that the comments that I gave it are directly correlated to ChatGPT. Here's why I don't just upload this. So, for example, you're like, okay, you're gonna put it in a doc. You know, I don't just upload that. I don't. The reason I don't do that is because, as you just saw, I made a bunch of changes within the email. So if I put this, it's gonna be confusing compared to this. So that's why we don't do it. So it's a little tedious. Hopefully one day, you know, or maybe I'll figure something out. We don't have to do this anymore. But for now, I just go create a Google Doc for this. Or I guess hold on. Yeah. All right, and then we're just gonna go through it. So copy paste, and again, from like top to bottom structure, that's all good. That's all good. Even the designer notes, I'm gonna copy that as well. There we go. I guess I didn't really include the mascot, did I? I don't think so. Do you think so? I don't think so. Then we're gonna zoom in. Cool. This is so random. I made a video. Why I do this? I made a video a few weeks back. By the time you're watching this, maybe a month, where it was like I made the argument why hiring agencies is like the #1 reason to go for any brand. Doesn't matter how big you are. Like, you know, if you're under $100 million a year, if you're under $100 million a year, I'm like, you know what? If you're always outsource your email marketing, get an agency to do it. You can check it out. I made my whole points. But honestly, I think I could have made the video like 20 seconds long, and I could just play this clip and be like, this is the stuff we do, so that you don't have to do. Anyways, I like having fun with myself. Okay, cool. So now we're just gonna go Google Doc. I already have it. Very golden over here. And then the way we do it is we just put the brand and the date and the month, or the month and the date. So this is gonna be GBOF, and we're gonna do November 13th. November 13th. There we go. That's all good. Very nice. Okay, November 13th looks all good. Then we're just gonna put in the copy. So now it's the exact copy we used in the perfect way, and you're good to go. I'm just gonna take that off because we already have one. And that's pretty much it. It took me what, 15-ish minutes to do this email. It's very, very easy. You know, a little bit more context, if you are doing a valuetainment email, funny enough, most people think, oh, wouldn't a sales email be a little more difficult to make? It's actually the opposite way, because a sales email, it's 90% of the sales emails we send out are super simple to make. This one that you just saw me do is probably the second to most complicated sales-based email we make. Reason I say that is because it's a tiered discount, and then eventually we're going to make an email where it has 4 different offers in one email. So it's, yeah. But when you're making a valuetainment email, you have to go through a lot of different things. You have to put in, you actually got to make sure that the facts are right. You got to fact check the facts. Then you got to make sure the copy is right. And then you got to actually give it the ideas of what you want in a specific copy. And then, kind of what I went through. I'm glitching out, which it's probably time to end it. So God bless you guys. Love y'all. And if you want a free welcome email made for your own brand within the next 24 hours, book a call on the calendar. Even with me glitching, I'm telling you to do it. Book a time on the calendar. Within 24 hours, you're going to get an email sent to you, which is a full custom email, a welcome email based on your brand, made by us. No strings attached. Just book a call 24 hours after you look at the email. Talk to you guys soon. All the best. Bye-bye.